Oh, so good. It's so nice, even when it's on your own skin. What is it, Bullet?
Yeah, it's Bullet.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, everyone?
Hello.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Nick.
We are the Gosslings.
We are.
And so we were taking the thumbnail and some bullet dripped on my arm, and you can't let that go to waste. So,
No.
it's whatever.
It's all over my hands now, too.
Yeah, it's
Not
great.
It's a bad thing.
It's going to be great for the ride home, Yeah.
Don't get pulled over.
Yeah, it's not you been drinking tonight? Nope. Just live streaming.
Just live stream. Just
Officer.
spilled some on my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yep. I'm now a cannibal. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, you want to do our toast?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll start this time.
Okay.
Take up the broken sword of your father.
And strike down the darkness. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It burns so good.
I'm warm already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a little drafty in here, so.
It's chilly.
Yeah.
It's not a heated room, and it's, February.
Yeah.
Um,
It is every bit of February, by the way.
cold, wet, windy.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
that.
The
Muddy.
wind. Yeah. Who decided to make February 14th Valentine's Day?
This is the dumbest thing ever. I don't know.
Why wouldn't you make it?
It's the Catholics, man.
Yeah, it probably is a
It's the
Catholic thing.
Catholics.
Yeah, who are already miserable as it is.
Well, and they probably
know?
established it in some warm climate
You
where
think?
this was a very temperate time of year.
Oh, right, Italy.
Let's Let's celebrate the feast of St. Valentine.
Yeah.
Celebrate romantic love. And
Yeah.
how that fits into Christianity. Let's do that in February when it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too hot. People can enjoy the day together.
Yeah.
Stroll the Tiber.
Right. I wish
You
that
know,
were true.
Light some candles.
I'm pretty sure the
Let wind
reality
blow now.
is that Valentine's Day was invented in America as a corporate holiday to
Could be.
sell chocolate.
America has
and
always
flowers.
we have always been rather predatory with Catholic holidays and
Yeah.
turned them really into just excuses for drunken revelry.
Right.
That's what Americans are good at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Started with the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
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 What we got? Mardi Gras,
Mm-hmm.
St. Valentine's Day,
Mm-hmm.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. I mean, any of them. I mean, Christmas has eggnog. New Year's is champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hey, Adam is on. Good evening, Adam.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Adam?
man. Thank you. Still loving the shirts. We are too. That's why I haven't taken mine off in 3 weeks.
I gotta get Adam a shirt that has whatever the British equivalent of this is, which
Be
is
awesome.
I don't know. I don't know what the British equivalent would be like.
And also, we're live streaming on the Fringe Mythology
Yeah.
Facebook
Hey,
page,
everyone.
and my friend Benji Gentry is watching.
Oh, hey, Benji.
Hey,
What's up,
Benji.
man?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, Benji's an old friend of mine. I've known him for years and years.
Yeah.
He's a financial advisor
Oh, cool.
and has helped save my neck many times. Which
Really?
I'm very grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
And we're also part of the same home church community as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that like a co-op kind of thing for the kids, like a homeschool kind of deal?
No,
or?
it's almost like a church plant.
Okay.
We basically go to church. We meet in his home.
Oh, okay. Like a cell group?
Yeah, almost like a cell group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's
it's been really
awesome.
great. Yeah, it's been great. So they've opened their home to that, and I've known him we've been friends for years.
Really?
I met him when I was working at Starbucks, and he was a customer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, "So, you do financial planning? I think I need to talk to you because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm
Because I don't
doing.
know how to do any of this.
So he's
you know.
been a tremendous help and a great friend too.
I
Nice
make
guy.
the coffee, and
That's all I do how to do.
you make me money, and then I pay you money to make me money. So
You help me make horrible decisions. You help me make
avoid.
Yeah, you help me avoid making horrible decisions. You help me make better decisions,
Yeah.
or at least less horrible decisions.
Yeah,
which is
pump the
great.
brakes as I'm Thelma and Louising it right over the over
Yeah,
the cliff.
exactly.
Adam says, "What a waste of tea." I know. You know what I was thinking, Adam, is because Americans were big on coffee, right? But I bet you, if that were whiskey instead of tea, we wouldn't have thrown it out.
No,
Yeah,
not in
we
Boston.
Yeah, no, especially not in Boston. Yeah, where everybody's cold and miserable. Yeah, everybody's a townie.
Yeah,
you know.
whiskey is uniquely American, and bourbon uniquely American product.
Yeah, I wonder how much of the revolution was built on alcohol.
Probably more than we give credit.
Yeah,
more than
probably
we
a
give
lot.
credit for.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
There are a lot of Kentucky riflemen whose nerves were steeled by the smooth, dulcet flow of bourbon through their veins.
What else got Washington across the Delaware and through Valley Forge? I mean, they got to stay warm, so they didn't have socks or shoes. I mean, they had to do something to stay warm.
Yeah,
I'm sure there were some local distilleries that were, supplying the army, the Continental Army.
I bet you what probably motivated them is to cross the river and go kill all the Hessians. Was that like, I bet there's schnapps over there. They have schnapps, and we're freezing, and I'd rather die at this point than spend another night freezing my butt off.
Or they said, those Hessians are about to burn down our local distilleries. We've got to stop them.
Yeah.
We've got to stop them.
Yeah.
Oh, those Hessians.
Those Hessians. There's a really, they cover that in that Bill Fawcett book, How to Lose a Battle.
Oh, yeah.
They cover.
I missed that part. I have it in here.
Yeah.
I need to check that out.
It's a good book. Yeah, it's probably over here somewhere.
Where is it? It's up there. It's in the library, and it is. I'm looking in the history section. There it is, right between the Vikings book, right next to Patton.
There it is.
Yeah, Patton Vikings. Yep, there you go. And
so this book is awesome. How to Lose a Battle by Bill Fawcett. Covers everything from Gaugamela, which they call the Battle of Arbela, but it's the same thing, all the way up to Dien Phu, is that right? Yeah, or Dien Bien Phu. And
that was Vietnam?
That's what kicked off Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where the French got,
some of my favorite chapters in there are the ones about the Civil War.
Oh, the Civil War chapters are awesome.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Chancellorsville is great. They have like a 2-part section on Gettysburg.
The Battle of the Crater was really interesting.
Yeah, and the Crater is really
That's one that never gets talked about, and it was the most bizarre set of circumstances. I mean, one of the most bizarre battles of the entire war, and a very important one. A
very relevant one, yeah, because it really set the stage for what was to come with World War I.
Wasn't there a Daniel Day-Lewis movie? Was it Daniel Day-Lewis?
No. I was checking to see. The book came out in 2006, and you're thinking of Cold Mountain.
That's what I'm thinking
Jude
of.
Law.
Yeah, Jude Law. Yeah.
Which
starts out with that battle.
Yeah, which covered...
which I didn't watch until after I read this.
Oh yeah,
read this chapter, and it was
me too.
Oh man, this is fantastic! I know exactly what battle they're talking about.
Yeah, no, they have some great stuff in here. They got a bunch of stuff from Rome, the Roman Empire, Cannae, Carrhae, Teutoburg Forest, and then once you get to the Crusades, Hattin, Agincourt, and then Trenton, Battle of Trenton. Here also.
That's a big leap.
And to
go from the Battle of Agincourt, leap over 1,500 years of history straight to the Battle of Trenton.
It's almost like there's not a lot that was going on that really mattered until, It's
pretty much just Catholics killing everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
For 1,500 years.
Just
no
Catholics,
offense.
Just,
No offense, Catholic.
I mean, whatever, But no, the really fascinating ones are the Civil War battles. You can find this book. Oh, yeah, sweet. What's up? What's up, Labradoodle? Yeah. Co-worker of mine.
All right. Right on. Welcome.
So yeah, How to Lose a Battle, Bill Fawcett. Awesome book. He's got a whole series of these now. He has one called How to Lose a Naval Battle. He's got another one called How to Lose a War. I haven't read them yet, but I got them collecting dust on my bookshelf. So like everything else.
That's awesome.
So,
I gotta check out those other ones. That sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds good.
I got to give mad props to Adam, by the way, because he solved. I think he has probably like 80%. Gonna have to. Yeah,
gonna have to pick them up. Methinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Methinks is one word, Adam. Come on. You should. I'm just kidding.
Only in the U.S.
Only in the U.S. Yeah.
We have to remember that Adam, Mr. Burrell, is our. He's our
esteemed British narrator.
Yes,
the voice of Heavenly Realms.
We consider him one of our troop, and the only one that has a proper command of the English language, the only language
that's right.
that Jonathan and I know. So we're very, very grateful.
That's true. Yeah, we don't speak anything else. Why should we? We're American. We don't have to. Yeah. You speak English when we come to your country. Come on.
Yeah, color with a U.
Yeah. Oh, he said there was one thing we were talking earlier this week, and he's like, "Oh, it's my honor," and it spelled it the right way with the U.
Nice.
Like,
nice. I always spell honor with a U, by the way.
It looks better.
And I always spell the color gray with an E.
Gray with an E.
Yeah.
Definitely with an E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a must.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must.
No, he bailed me out big time. He more or less about 70% solved my Sturm und Drang problem.
Really?
Yeah, because I had like last April my hard drive died, and
I remember that.
And I had emailed everything to myself except the final KDP form or format version of Heavenly Realms Sturm and Drang, the Third Angel novel.
Yeah,
and I did not have a copy of it anywhere. And you can't get a copy of it from Amazon once you upload it. Like, they don't care. And for some reason, it was the only file, like one of the only files I didn't email to myself. I don't know how. I skipped right over it, but I did not email it to myself before my hard drive crashed. So I didn't have it. And honestly, the only two options were I could send my old hard drive off to California to a clean room and pay $900 to have them maybe recover the files. There's no guarantee that they could recover the files. Or I could open up a fresh document and literally word for word, page for page, transcribe.
Oh, gosh.
Well, those are the only two options.
Well, you could buy the book. You could buy your own book.
Well, I could, but I don't have it in Word. I don't have the KDP Word format document.
Right. You don't have it in Word format.
I don't have it in Word.
Yeah.
So what Adam did is he saved my bacon. He went through and he got the audio or the ebook, and he copied and pasted the ebook into a Word document and emailed it to me. And so
it preserved pretty much all the formatting and everything?
No, it didn't preserve the formatting, but it preserved the raw material. So now, and Adam, I'm about halfway through because I know you're waiting on me to get it finished so you can get started. But he has to, I think the way ACX works is you have to upload the manuscript for them to be able to, actually use it.
Yep.
So even though he has the book, he has to wait for me to upload it to ACX. But the only way I can do that in its proper formatting is to go through and do this. So unfortunately, it's just a big block of text. He was kind enough to preemptively, without my asking, go through and format the first couple chapters. But I'm having to go through and that
was generous of him.
Look at the book. Yep. And so I'm having to go through and click, enter.
Create the paragraphs.
Yeah, create all the paragraphs. Yeah,
sure.
And it's probably going to be like 95%. I think it's going to be a little bit off. I've noticed that there's something in the margins that's not quite right that I can't figure out what it is. So I'll have to tweak it a little bit, Adam. It'll probably take another week or two, but I am halfway through it.
Nice.
And I think I can burn through most of it on my weekends. So yeah, man, big shout out to Adam Burrell, because man, you have.
Let's drink to Adam.
Yeah,
this is to Adam. To Adam Burrell.
For all that you do for us, which we do not deserve.
To you, sir.
A blessing.
He's reading. He's narrating book 3 right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's just phenomenal. And his voice is so good. I mean, just in the excerpt when like his audition.
Yeah.
For the particular scene, any of the scenes would have been great, but his audition for this particular scene, when I heard his voice, I mean, I thought I was listening to like something like J.K. Rowling.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, I did. I mean, it was that same story. Remember when John Moe narrated Henry Half Moon?
Yeah.
And I was listening to it, and I thought, I can't believe I wrote that. That's amazing. It just doesn't. It's not the same when you're reading it. When you hear someone really deliver it, it makes you feel like, wow.
Yeah.
Not only have I created a great, I feel like I've created a great story because someone is really telling it well.
Yeah.
I got that same feeling with Adam when you read that excerpt. And so he's been gracious enough to take on book 3.
Cheers to you as well.
Yeah. Adam. It's so great. It's so great.
Well, that's the thing.
Now we need to sell the audiobooks. That's the thing. We've got to sell the audiobooks to make it worth his while.
Oh, no, that's the thing that I worry about. I told Adam, I was like, dude, I'm glad you're working with Nick because it's going to be worth your time. I mean, please do them, but
be
prepared,
dude. I think reading them or listening to any of your books, I think that's worth anyone's time. And I think that maybe listening to Jamie, and getting her guidance when she's back in the.
She just had a kid, by the way.
I know. She's kind of out of the arena right now. So I think that'll be helpful. Oh, and something else, and I won't go into too much detail live, but there's something else I want to talk to you about getting the word out.
Oh, okay.
And advertising for your books. Something
cool.
I did recently that you might be able to take
advantage of. Can I stand on the street corner with a sign?
Yeah, spinning a sign, basically.
The Heavenly Realms thing, Yeah. I can show up at protests,
show up and protest all these signs, you know,
Heavenly Realms,
MAGA, BLM.
Don't tread on me.
Buy my book.
Yeah, buy my book. Buy my book. You know.
And why not?
Yeah.
And why not?
I know.
Well, all the noise, might as well.
That's the irony of it, is that like everybody's waiting on the Sasquatchalypse book, and it's like, I know. It's like the book that I have no spiritual investment in whatsoever. The one that's not like anywhere related to anything like my raison d'etre.
You got to do it.
Is going to be the one that, you know, is that HBO is going to want to buy,
especially for the fringe mythology group. His book, Roman Coke and the Sasquatchalypse, is going to be out of this world. Yeah, it's going to be so good.
It's intimidating to figure out. I figured out that the best way to do it is just totally pants it.
Yeah,
because
I think so.
I've been trying to plan it for so many years that you just can't plan it.
Yeah.
Oh, what
we got? Benji said, he's got to sign off. Man, I totally understand.
See you, Benji.
They're planning for a big Super Bowl party at their house tonight.
Oh yeah,
man. I hope you guys have a great time. We'll see you next Sunday, of course. And man, thanks for checking in. So have a great night, man.
Take care, bud.
Talk to you later.
It just. You know, you can't. I don't know how to figure it out, so it's like, all right, well, whatever.
You should pants it.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy when the very first when Rihanna said, "I think you need to write this story that you're telling Christian." I wrote the timepiece. So the first time. I mean, it was only 2 years ago that I started writing, and I pantsed the timepiece.
Yeah.
I had no idea that when I got done, it actually lined up perfectly with like a 3-part story structure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And probably just because, you know, at the time, 40 years of watching movies,
I was gonna say,
and reading books, you just kind of get that program and that rhythm of how a story should be told. And or I was really lucky, which is probably the case.
Wow.
But I mean, you could totally do it.
Well, growing up on Star Wars really helps.
Oh, big time.
We really learned a lot about story structure and about that like iconic formula from Star Wars. I mean, there's a reason why, you know, that I consider at least to be the greatest cultural achievement of Western civilization.
Well, and a storytelling achievement too.
Yeah.
In the writing tips for kids videos, the most recent one is about story structure.
Oh, cool.
And I use Star Wars Episode 4 a number of times.
Yeah.
Because I don't even, in my mind, it's like, I can't tell what came first, 3-part story structure or Star Wars Episode 4.
Right.
Because that's how it's so perfect.
It is. It's
the perfect story.
And it's paint by numbers, but in a really lively, energetic, inspiring way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, Adam, you're our age. Did you grow up with Star Wars too? Like Star Wars was big in the UK too, around the same time that it was big here. I mean, forgot they filmed it over there. So, you know, or they filmed at least a lot of the first one. I remember that was always the funny thing about listening to the behind the scenes stuff with the first Star Wars movie was that George Lucas. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. See, Adam was cool. I always knew Adam was cool.
For sure.
They like all the Americans from California and here when they went over to England to film it at Pinewood Studios. They always had really hard times with the fact that like the British or the English had they had tea time and they would break for tea. It didn't matter what was going on.
It's like siesta in Italy.
And that like 5 or 4 o'clock or something, whatever it was at a certain time of day, they were done.
Dude, I wish we had that here.
Yeah. Or 4-day work weeks.
We wouldn't do tea. I mean, we'd probably do like bourbon or coffee or something.
Yeah.
But and I'll drink to that. But man, that'd be so great. Just something to be just ingrained in the American culture where we take a break in the middle of the day and we refresh ourselves and we socialize.
Well, you can't have that because we're Khazarian usury debt slaves. So
that's true. We could probably think
the Babylonian usury debt
if it hadn't been for Andrew Carnegie, John Rockefeller, we probably could have achieved something like that.
We could have.
But since they dominated the way corporate America, you know, drives their employees to produce. I probably think that's never going to happen.
No,
not
until
not if you're a W-2 employee. It's not.
Yeah.
Now, if you work for yourself, which who knows, someday we will.
That can be the objective.
You can have as much tea as you want whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, 4-day work weeks would be a good start, you know. In the memory of your youth. I know, right? That's a crazy thing about Star Wars, Adam, is that like people who, when we saw it when we were little, don't come between. Yeah, no.
Don't
kidding.
come between an Englishman and his tea. I would
yeah.
never dream of doing such a thing, sir. Never.
As we say here, them's fighting words.
That's right.
And something interesting I found out a couple weeks ago is that like the phrase "fighting words" is an actual legal term.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's the precursor to hate speech.
Interesting.
So like, and it's really hard to get prosecuted or convicted of fighting words, of saying fighting words.
Yeah.
Because if you look up the Wikipedia article for it, they list some examples of things that people have gone to court for that they were accused of fighting words, and were pretty horrendous stuff, pretty mean stuff. But just the simple fact that like the idea of fighting words as a concept, as a legal concept. If I remember correctly, see if I can articulate the definition. Fighting words is anything spoken to another person that threatens a disturbance of the peace.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Interesting. Yeah. We could probably think of dozens of examples over the past 12 months.
The past 4 years.
Yeah.
The past 20 years.
It's been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You can catch a hate crime charge pretty easy. I know, and I wonder how much of that is federal or state regulated, Jason. Like Tennessee's got pretty solid laws about that, but I know that there are some states where you can probably get prosecuted for saying just about anything that somebody doesn't like.
Can I spew some hate speech right now?
Go for it. I'm all about hate speech.
I'm about to spew some hate speech.
Yeah, say it. Go for it.
I'm sure I'm going to offend someone, of course. That's why it's hate speech. Unborn babies are full human beings and deserve to be kept alive.
Cheers to that. Yep.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate anyone, but if that's hate speech, then
oh
well, lock me up.
Yeah, well, we're pretty much on the verge of having wrongthink be a criminal, a prosecutorial crime.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff that ogre faced demon that has been appointed to what is it, like health czar or whatever, like secretary of health.
Our friend Jim calls that person. I don't even know what
that dude.
It's a dude.
And you know what?
He calls
come at me, baby.
He calls it the man bear pig.
It is man bear pig. Yeah. That thing. That guy is man bear pig. I mean, like, can you imagine like your wife being in a ladies' room and
forget that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no.
Politically incorrect with the Gosslings.
Speaking of which, we should get to our one-offs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do our one-offs.
Yep.
Let's see who'll go first. Let's see. Rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
10. Come on.
Yeah.
2 in a row. 2 in a row. I was doing really well there. I did I won like 3 times in a row.
I know. I was starting to think that Nick just like had figured me out, got me dialed in.
I'm not, like I told you, I'm not that bright.
No, I guess not.
I'm not that quick. I guess not.
I guess you're kind of dumb after all.
Thanks, bro.
Just like the rest of us. Welcome to being a Goss. Middling IQ at best.
Well, so long as it's 3 digits, I'll be okay. I don't know. I haven't taken a test in a while. It may have come down.
No, it's 2020 brought everybody's IQ down.
I think so. I think so.
All right. Well,
that's the rubbish. Here we go. All right. Here we go.
By the way, just for anybody tuning in, typewriter one-offs are once a week. Like for this live stream, what we do is we each individually write a 1-page story just on our typewriters. We have these old Royal Deluxe typewriters, and we just write a 1-page story and kind of go from. We read it on air and go from there.
All right,
turn this off. Go for it.
Here we go. Greetings, citizen. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I think there's been a mistake. I'm not a citizen, only a traveler. Nonsense! All who cross our borders and enter our gates are citizens and equal partners in our great kingdom. In fact, It's even better if you're not a citizen. Welcome, weary traveler. How's it better than being a citizen? Well, you don't have to fuss with laws, taxes, or any of that rubbish. And you still get to enjoy all the benefits. Excuse me, sir, but that doesn't sound very sustainable. Then feel free to vote for sustainability. You have full voting rights now. Isn't that grand? But I thought this was a kingdom, not a democracy. Ah, I see you're one of those intelligent types. Well then, right this way. We have an educational camp we need you to complete before we allow you to have a voice in our kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, sir, I was really just hoping to find a little work so I could feed my poor family. And work you shall have, my fine fellow. All that your heart desires and more. And without having to pay the king's tax. But I forget, that's only for the uninformed. Those who want the feast, but aren't too intelligent to get in the way. And question the cook. The cook? Who's that? Why, the potato, my boy! Our great king! Yes, King Potato!
You know, the thing.
The thing. Well, what if someone didn't vote for King Potato, though? Are they allowed to the feast? We don't choose kings by vote. I see that you're not as intelligent as I feared. Never mind the camp. You may enter.
You know what I love about that is you can feel the raw, seething, righteous fury just seeping through the pores of every inked stamp of a letter on that thing, you know, because it's just, you're just watching. I mean, it's the emperor has no clothes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
You're watching just the carnival of stupidity. Of just someone's got the organ grinder, and there's somebody and
monkeys out there.
Yeah, and there's some morbidly obese dude in like frilled pantaloons, like a friggin'
And a long,
and a pike
gaudy
halberd.
staff.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, like what is it?
You contribute nothing to our society yet. Please take advantage of all benefits.
Yeah, like the captain. We'll
pay your way.
He's part town crier and he's part like captain of the Vatican Guard.
Yeah, but his face is all pasty.
Yeah, and pimply.
Yeah, and covered in like makeup.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He's the dude in Game
Gladiator.
of Thrones. The advisor guy.
Varys.
Varys. Yeah, he's Varys. Yeah. Only with like clown hair.
You know who he is he's the announcer from Gladiator. We reach back into hallowed antiquity.
I barely remember that
barbarian horde. You know, and he's got his curled wig and he's wearing his pasty.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Big and fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Dude, Varys, you know what's
standing at the gates.
Yeah.
Looking for
any opportunity to
anyone they could use. Yeah. Anyone they could possibly use
to vouchsafe
to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to vouchsafe the backs of a boxer. Just right. Shaving off the back straps of boxer, baby.
They're just looking. Yep, exactly right.
For the horde. You know. Yeah. King Potato.
King Potato. Our great king.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we were talking about it. I had lunch with a friend and his wife who were very gracious to have me over today. We actually made we grilled out some of the burgers from my half a cow, which was awesome.
Well done.
And
nice.
Dude, they were killer. And we were talking about that. We were talking about how like it is just we live in a time where it's like you might as well live in some sort of dystopian kingdom of just pure farcical fiat.
Yeah.
You know, because
it's becoming that way.
It's so ridiculous. It's so goofy to look at. We all know it, the people who are shilling out the propaganda, the town criers, hear ye, are absolute clowns.
Yep.
You know, and they don't even care that what
Circle
they're
back.
spewing. Yeah.
From the DC7. Pisaki, we call her circle back.
Well, I call her DC7 because in Washington, D.C., she's a 7 at best. And everywhere else in the country,
DC7.
She's a 5. You know,
Sounds
she's
like
a cute
plane.
5.
Sounds like a jet.
Exactly.
She's a DC7.
But there, you know, in DC, she's a 7, and we've fallen a long way from little Miss Kaylee McEnany or whatever her name.
She was awesome, man.
Little Barbie, man. I thought Donald Rumsfeld could eat their lunch, but Kaylee, man, she was a smoke show.
She could control the event, the room. Yeah, she was
a little fantastic. Amazonian warrior.
Yeah, just for sure. Exactly.
Cutting them down. Cutting heads of the Hydra, baby.
Yep.
You know, binding the Hydra and throwing it into the abyss. So
there was no, we'll have to circle back and get.
Yeah, there's no circle back. And you know what's so sad about that is that, like, not only is she the town crier,
just say no comment.
But like but she worked for CNN in the interim for the past 4 years.
Mm. So
she worked for the MSM, and then now she's back in that position again. I hope you all enjoyed your 4-year intermission, by the way, from the dystopian nightmare that we've been living in for the past,
everyone's like, everyone's talking, complaining about why did we elect this,
we
should be out to pasture. Now we have this guy in the White House who can barely keep his eyes open. That's, you should be grateful that he can't get more than 2 hours worth of work done in a day.
Right.
Well, and I'll tell you, if he could grind it 24/7 like our previous president, we'd already be in,
this is the first time that you could actually say you can't blame the opposition for voting this person in, because only 25 million of you voted for him. So 74.5 million of us voted for the other guy, and 25 million of you voted for him. So so whenever you're ready for that re-education camp, just figure out who you don't want anymore on your team.
You're gonna have to be careful not to create, pockets of.
The balkanization is on, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. They said in the American Revolution, all of the resistance and all of that was talked about. Hush whispers in taverns and pubs,
beer hall poosh.
Yeah. Don't create more of those in education camps.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You'll have.
Don't give us a reason to congregate and have similar ideas.
Right. Yeah. I'm telling you, the best thing that could happen is to shut this whole thing down.
Unplug the whole system.
You kill the internet. You get people to concentrate more on tangible reality instead of living in this matrix.
Yeah.
You get people to talk to their neighbors more. You get people to talk to their children around the dinner table more.
Yeah, sure.
I'm telling you, best thing to do. And we're old enough to remember what life was like. And most of you watching this are old enough as well. We remember what life was like before the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And when the internet hit, it was super cool, and it was crazy and wild and neat, and it was the new Wild West, and it was awesome for like 10 years. And then, just like Deadwood, man, civilization catches up with you, and eventually the Hearst comes in and buys up everything. And
I've been talking about that all week. It's so crazy. It's just like this whole week I've been like, man, life was so much better before the internet.
It was.
Now I'm in a situation where my full-time job, I can't do it without being connected.
Yeah.
And we sell books in the Matrix, so we're kind of, in a way, we're kind of stuck with it. But
you know what, though? If someone told me that you could no longer sell your books online and you'd have to figure out something else to do, that's the price you pay. And for that price, we'll kill the internet. I take it.
I did too, because the joy isn't in the selling. The joy isn't in the selling books. Yeah, it's exactly what I would. So crazy. I was talking to my friend about this the other day.
Yeah.
I said, if that happened, I would buy a printer.
Yeah.
Because the joy isn't in the selling of books, even though that's nice.
Sure.
The joy is in the writing the books, creating the book, creating the story, and having something to pass on. I would buy a printer. Gosslings Publishing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Just kick it off. Yeah.
And we still may someday. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I think Nate's been working on that. Adam actually, Adam, I remember you mentioned to me you did a one-off not too long ago. So we've got to figure out. We've got to get that going pretty quickly to get him in on this, so that Adam can join in.
He's mentioning that when he was younger, he was allowed 1 hour a week on the internet, and
Really?
that was on old dial-up. So half of your time was just waiting to connect.
Yeah,
But you know what? We do the same thing. We do the same thing roughly with our kids. We don't, really let them have access to the internet.
Regulate,
except on the weekends. Occasionally, if Rihanna's during the week, if she's teaching piano, and she might let them look at something educational, or maybe watch a video, from like Christian video producers, Bible stories and that sort of thing. But we try to keep it off. I mean, I remember a time when there was no internet, at least in my life.
Yeah.
And we had 13 channels.
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
And you had to wait. If you wanted to watch something, you had to know what day and time was going to come on.
Yeah.
And a phone was something that was attached to your wall.
Yeah. Bolted to the wall.
And I even remember having a rotary phone.
Yep.
With the dial. Yeah. And you know what? Those were great. You had to learn how to answer the phone politely to represent,
they're the whole family.
This is the Goss residence. Mm-hmm. Nick speaking. How can I help you? You know?
Yeah.
And it was just a different world. And you know what? There was like
it's a healthier world.
It was a healthier world. People cared about manners and how to interact with each other, looking each other in the eye and shaking hands. And there was a protocol for social interaction that sadly is missing now. Yeah. And also is really beneficial to not just creating relationships, but maintaining them. So
maintaining,
yeah. There's nothing wrong with
and when that phone rang,
avoidance of rudeness.
You had no idea who it was.
No, you didn't.
That could be the school bully. That could be the teacher. That could be your best friend. That could be the girl calling you back.
It could be the girl.
Could be dad's business partner.
It could be the girl's parents.
Yeah, it could be the girl's parents.
It could be your parents. You never know.
Man, it's a beautiful time.
Yeah, it was.
Adam makes a good point. Without the internet, we wouldn't be able to. That's true. We have you, Adam, because of the internet.
That's
so
true.
We do have to give props we have to give credit where credit's due.
That is true. That is very true.
I do appreciate that. Lord works in mysterious ways.
Adam, if the internet unplugged right now, I would start writing you letters.
Yeah, no kidding.
For sure.
I'd find out. I got his PayPal, so I could probably get his address from there.
Well, we can just ask for it just in case the internet goes out. Yeah. And if it
comes
to
getting
that,
letters
I'd do
is cool. I wrote a couple letters to some people last year. About last summer, for the first time in forever, and write letters, man.
You know why? It's the only thing that shows up in your mailbox that is not
or a bill.
It's not empty calories.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like wow,
that's a great way to put
this
it.
is really like deep and special and important, and somebody sent me, hand wrote it.
Yeah.
It's like that's awesome.
Took time.
And that's all gone, folks.
Yeah,
it's dead. It's all dead.
Kaiser Soze.
It's Kaiser
like that.
It's Kaiser Soze.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad.
Jason says you had 13 channels, baller. yeah.
No, I had 13 clicks on the dial.
Right.
I could have up to 13 channels.
Adam says they only had 4 channels unless you had Sky. Is that like Sky News?
And you had but you could also switch over to like what was it?
UHF.
UHF. Like the AM version of TV.
Yeah.
Which was always garbage. You can never get a signal for anything UHF.
That was local. That was local TV.
But there was nothing.
No, not for us.
TV back then anywhere.
Well, that's what made the Weird Al movie so fun. Is that with the weird? If you've never seen the Weird Al movie UHF, you have got to go watch it. It is one of the funniest movies ever made, and it's still funny to this day. But that was the whole premise of the show, is that like it was a local radio station on the UHF frequency, basically like the equivalent of public access. My grandfather is the same. I said, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome, Michael.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I wish I had someone I could still write to.
I know. Yeah,
I'd do it if I thought they'd write me back. I'd write anybody.
Yeah,
I'd send anyone a letter. Yeah.
Homeschool nerd. Looking for pen pals at 42.
I know.
43.
43. Yeah, I know. I'm not looking for pen pals. I'm very busy. But I'm just saying.
No,
anything to remind me of how the world was.
He needs a buddy.
Or something that made the old world really great. That would be fantastic.
Adam, message me on IG. I'll send you his address. You can start writing him letters. Get that going. help.
I just love it. I just love it, man. It's just something so personal and real about it.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is a lost art.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Adam says Sky's a satellite service. Oh, okay, I see.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So okay, so Jason, you had UHF channel 30, which would have been local. I can't remember what part of Kentucky
And
you
17
were in.
out of Nashville.
And channel Fox 17 out of Nashville.
Yep.
Yeah. And Jason's about your age, I think. So he was paying attention a little bit before I was. But yeah.
Well, there's not that much. There's only 5 years difference between us.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're 5.5, something like
a lot
that.
of the same things.
Yeah.
But of course the internet came along.
Yeah.
And it was really cool for a while. Then it started getting weird and creepy and overbearing and controlling it. Like now, it absolutely controls everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maintaining optimism, there's a lot of really great opportunities.
Yeah, there are
really great opportunities.
Yeah, there really are still.
But the problem for me is that I feel like social media has destroyed socialization.
Oh,
ironically.
Yeah. Well, it's siphoned it off and redirected it.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you redirect floodwaters or a river into a different area. That's all it's done.
That's why when you talk to somebody face to face, there is a drought of personality.
Oh yeah.
Because all of that's been poured into their.
There's either a drought of personality, or there's like a geyser of personality because
that's been waiting to come out.
Yeah, for the first time, it's like Eva May, who's just like a little,
or a puppy, just an over enthusiastic. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
just like finally someone to share this electromagnetic frequency with and like interact on a level that's real. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. It's just, and I'm sure those frequencies aren't good for you. I mean, that's the whole 5G thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how much there's.
Well, we know this about 5G. Someone was allegedly willing to blow themselves up to bring it down.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In Nashville on Christmas Day 2020.
Yeah.
That was the story we were given.
To our fallen brothers at Waco. I can't take credit for that. That's a Matt Stone quote. That's a Matt Stone Trey Parker quote.
So we don't know if that's true or not. Most likely it's not. Most likely it's a cover up for something bigger, as I think we all suspect. But if what we're being told is true, and they're like, no, he was some crazy old white dude that was all a conspiracy theorist and wanted to bring down the 5G network.
Yeah.
God bless him.
You know what probably happened?
God bless him.
This is for the fringe mythology crowd. I bet you he saw a dog man and went crazy.
He may have seen something. And all of a sudden, everything just clicked. Everything he had ever suspected had been validated, and he decided to do something about it. And misguided or not,
well, they say that's
he had his 15 minutes of fame.
They say that that's kind of the deal with flat Earth, is that once you entertain the notion of flat Earth, or you at least get off the NASA bandwagon, and you start to accept that like NASA and this whole space thing is probably just a load of bunk.
Yeah,
that's like red pill mainlining right out of it. That's like it's like just having your whole.
I don't know how far down the flat Earth hole I'm willing to go, but I understand what you're saying. For a lot of people, the red pill is a different starting point. Flat Earth is definitely one of those starting points for a lot of people. But a lot of people, it could be it could be Pizzagate. That could be their big red pill. They go down the red. They go down the rabbit hole, and all of a sudden they believe everything. Yeah. Or they believe just a certain amount of things. They get really passionate about those things.
Yeah, for Jason, it was El Chupacabra.
Yeah.
The Predator. El Chupacabra when he went on his honeymoon down to.
That was so racist.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Where's my sombrero? That's for you, Yamena. No, when Jason went down to where I can't remember where he went on his honeymoon. It was like Costa Rica. Costa Rica.
Yeah.
He didn't know anything, so all he did and they are very well off, so they were able to get some tour guides or whatever, some people to go with them everywhere, take them everywhere, transportation porters basically. And the whole time he was just busting their balls, just like, do you see, have you ever seen El Chupacabra? the predator, you know. Just beating him up, you know. It was really funny.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. I love it.
No,
by the way, shout out to Chad Ramsey who's watching us on the Fringe Mythology page. Thanks for watching, entertaining us, and would love to hear from anybody on the Fringe page that's watching right now. So
appreciate you guys joining in, man. Thank you.
Yeah, if you watch this for any length of time over 30 seconds, God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for listening to my loud ramblings and Nick's long suffering.
Yes.
And Michael says Texas is talking about seceding again. Yeah. Yeah, man.
I think my country is calling me home. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? They're going to need you. They're going to need people to come back there because it's purple now. I mean, it's not even really red anymore.
Yeah, I mean, around Austin, it's awful.
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore who votes what because 2020 showed us that it doesn't matter what your vote is.
Not anymore. You don't vote for a king.
They're just
you don't vote
change
for
it.
a king.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't vote for a king.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't vote for you.
No, we didn't elect King Potato.
I'm no king. You don't vote for kings.
No.
Yeah.
You don't. They're. Yeah.
That
is all predetermined by forces beyond our influence or control.
I mean, sure. That first part? Yeah. Second part?
Well, maybe there's something we can influence or control. We don't know.
I'm just saying, out of 350 million people, all you need are 3 million? 300,000?
I need to say something.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to be offended.
Oh. See, that's the thing about Nick's yin to my yang, is that Nick will preempt something wanting to be cool with everybody.
I do, of course. I'm just you're just a bear paw across the face. Yeah. I gotta say this. I have to say this. I've been thinking about this past week too. I got worked up about it a couple times, but I've
really?
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Big surprise. But it's like you say it only takes what? 1%, 2%,
3%,
3%.
Yeah.
Where were the 3%ers?
Yeah.
Where were they?
Yeah.
We've seen the decals.
Yeah.
We've seen the bumper stickers.
Yeah, right.
We've seen the big trucks and the shirts.
Yeah.
And all your
the
cool
3
stuff.
Roman numerals and the stars.
And your logo that looks like the Punisher.
Yeah.
We get that. And we've heard you talk.
Yeah.
But you did nothing.
Yeah,
you did nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing. It's all bluster and chest thumping.
Mm-hmm.
You had your moment.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything. There's no organization. There's no leadership. You had the opportunity. Yeah. And you know what? All I heard was a giant fart.
Yep. A giant wet fart.
That's all you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you are until you do something and show me you're a legitimate organization.
That's kind of how
very frustrated with that.
Yeah.
Do what you say you're going to do.
Right.
What you say you stand for.
Yeah.
And
where's your line? That's the other thing. It's like, well, where's your line? Oh, the non-aggression principle? We'll go watch The Patriot and see what happened to his children to find out where the non-aggression principle gets you.
I mean,
I think you're right about that. I think a lot of it is just complete palliative measure. It's self-soothing, lying to yourself about what you're gonna do and who you are.
Yep, we're big and strong and we're ready. It only takes 3%. And we're prepared. You weren't prepared. You didn't do anything.
But where is it?
You didn't do anything.
And where and when's
Jason
it gonna be?
Swift is a fantasy.
Is a fan. Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
they're just living in this fantasy. And you know what? It's a fantasy that makes them feel. It's a fantasy that makes them feel better about the situation and their control over it,
right?
Or their influence on it. And that's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's all it amounts to.
I could be wrong, but I'm not. Until they do something, and they've not done anything.
That's kind of how we feel about the whole QAnon thing. Is that like we all know that QAnon is probably right and real, at least about the things they're talking about with the adrenochrome, Pizzagate, Illuminati, child sex, all that stuff. That's probably real.
Yeah,
but you've had 4 years, QAnon people, to make something happen.
Yep.
And we haven't seen a single thing.
Yep.
And every single time the goalpost just keeps moving further back.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's March 3rd or 4th. I've heard April 30th.
Nothing's going to happen.
At this point, I'm betting against you, hoping that I lose.
They're like those,
knowing that I won't.
They're like those obscure Christian denominations that always try to predict when Jesus is going to come.
Yeah, they're comic cult.
They keep moving the goalposts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be on April 14th.
We figured it out.
1984.
Yeah.
And then it's going to, no, it's going to be on April 29th, 1996. Yeah. You know, or it's going to be the year 2000. It's got to be the year 2000. We're prepared. They go out and they
or 2012,
congregate in a field in the middle of May because they pinpointed the date.
Yeah.
And
2014 because Nibiru's coming through.
It's just like, just stop.
Just shut
And
up.
the Christians are like, the broader Christian community is like, no man knows the day or the hour. Stop.
Right. That's
stop,
the other
just
thing.
Stop and read your Bible and just stop with this nonsense.
That's the weird thing. I don't know how any prophet or preacher can really get away with that unless their congregation is just a bunch of like smooth-brained double-digit drool buckets.
Well, they are, because all they do is they take an excerpt.
Yeah.
An excerpt, and they build their entire doctrine on an excerpt, and that's all they preach all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and people feel almost guilty going and reading anything else in their Bible.
Right.
Because all of a sudden they're a traitor to the group.
Yeah.
Or they might start thinking and having ideas that don't align with what they've been told.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like the QAnon, the 3%ers.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up.
Yeah. Until there are traitors swinging from gallows, I don't want to hear another word about it.
God bless you. If I had any more to drink, I would drink to you right now.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, we're with you, make it happen.
Yeah.
We're with you, but be real about it, or let's try to like figure out how to navigate this storm in reality and not in this play fantasy.
As a group. Navigate the storm as a group. But there's no leadership, there's no organization, and quite honestly, now we're just fending for ourselves. Now we're in just kind of survival mode. Now all we can do is be optimistic about what we control about our own lives.
Yeah,
and I'm doing that with I can write, I can work, I can raise a family. We're doing all those things. Whatever you can control, whatever God has given you to control.
Yeah,
focus on that. You can be optimistic about the things you have influence over. Other than that. You got to let it go. Just let it go. There's nothing you can do, you know? There's nothing you can do about it right now. Maybe the situation will change. The situation will certainly change. It always does. That's one thing we do know. Nothing's going to stay the same.
No.
I don't know
for the rest of us.
That's right. It's going to move in a direction. I don't know what direction.
Yeah.
But all I do know is what my current circumstance is and what control I have over it. That's all I can control. And I can actually be pretty optimistic about that.
Well, and you can fill your time with that too.
I can. I can take my situation and I can figure out how can I make this better for me and my family, and that's all I can do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Charismatic speakers should come with warning labels. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Adam says, focus on what you can and trust in God for the rest and pray. Yeah.
Exactly
Honestly.
Right. Exactly right. Yep.
And you control what you can. But that's I got a friend who went through SEER training for the Air Force, and he talked about that. He said like we may have talked about that last week. But he said that the thing he learned the most from going through SEER training is just to accept that you're not in control and learn how to navigate that. You know. That's
good.
Yeah.
This is my one-off that I read earlier, and this was the other thing that I did first, and it's about that. It's just you can't control the storm.
No, you can't.
You can't control the storm.
I mean, unless you're DARPA.
Someone else is controlling the storm, and you're not them. You know?
Yeah. And I don't have access to heart, so I can't control nothing.
No.
You know.
No.
So I'm just here. You know.
I love it. So what's been going on with writing this week? What have you been doing?
I have been focusing purely on trying to reformat Sturm und Drang. I have to get that done for Adam pretty quickly because the same main characters from Grey Aegis are the same main characters from Sturm and Drang.
Okay.
The prequel to
Okay.
Regis.
Yep.
So, and he did accents for them. Yep. And so I don't want you to lose your accents for those characters because they're good. And so
he's awesome.
I'm trying to get that done as quickly as I can to just, so he's still fresh for him.
Yeah.
But I think he still has yours that he's working on. So it's
mine's
working out all right.
Short and easy. I hope it won't get in the way. If it does,
no,
take it up with Adam.
yeah, really. Yeah, take it up with Adam.
Yeah. Can I show you something that I'm really super proud of?
Yeah.
I'm going to be right back. Excuse me. I'll be right back. It's right here. This came in the mail today. It's a proof copy.
Oh, nice.
Proof copy. So, as you know, I have the Travelers League, right? 5-book fantasy series for kids.
Mm-hmm. Got
the proof copy of the story my daughter helped me write.
Oh, that's it?
Which is a standalone side story called The Mermicorn. Eva May came up with, all I did was type it out.
Yeah.
She came up with the story.
Yeah, I love the cover. That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
That's cute.
And that was not my original cover designer. That was the new company that I've hired.
Oh, really?
And they matched the design.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like spot on. They used the same
font. Yeah,
the same trim and style.
That's
so
cool.
I'm really excited about that.
The Mermicorn, a Travelers League tale.
Yes.
By Nick Goss and Eva May Goss.
We got my daughter's name on it too.
Yeah.
She's excited about it.
So when does it come out?
The ebook's out. And I'm working on the paperback. So I got a proof copy. I'm going to make a couple slight adjustments and then probably in the next, week, 2 weeks, paperback. Awesome. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that. Yeah. And then also this week I've been writing that, that book club party we're having, 12 kids getting together.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to talk about, how to write, and they all gave me each student's going to be in this book club event, sent me 1,000-page idea for a backstory to one of the chapters in the timepiece.
Oh yeah.
So that was their challenge. Come to the thing in April, but before you do, submit an idea about what you think a cool backstory would be, characters, events, so forth, for this particular chapter in the timepiece. Well, I got all 12 submissions. And I took ideas from each submission and I plotted out a whole story, and I've written about, I don't know, not much, but maybe 4,000 words or so. So I have the first 3.5 chapters done.
All right.
And I've been actually writing this week.
Yeah, nice.
Sounds great. And it's going to be cool. We're going to give each kid, I'm going to publish it. I'm going to get author copies, give each kid a copy so they can read it and find their idea.
Oh, cool.
That they came up with.
Yeah.
And all the proceeds are going to charity. And the charity we chose is, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
Generation Joshua.
Oh, cool. What is that?
It's a 501c3 that educates. Basically, it's a youth education organization that focuses on helping kids understand how to preserve conservative Christian values.
Really?
It's nonpartisan. It's not Republican, Democrat.
Yeah.
But it's all about preserving conservative Christian values and the importance of your civic duty to vote and get into dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay. And so basically they're taking kids and teenagers and teaching them, how to engage.
That's cool.
Teach them how to engage and teach them how to, interact with people and help them understand why they believe what they believe and why it's important and, how to defend whatever their position is.
Yeah.
How to defend that.
Well, that's huge because no one knows one side doesn't know how to talk to anybody anymore. And the other side is starting to realize that there's no point in trying to talk anymore.
Yeah, that's very true.
If you want to kick the can down the road another decade or two to give everybody more time, that's awesome, man.
And this particular charity is under the 501c3 umbrella of the Homeschool Legal Defense Association.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the same association that gave pushback on that wellness?
No, I don't think they got involved in our little brouhaha here in Tennessee.
Did we ever talk about that?
It was during COVID. The state of Tennessee wanted to make sure that kids who are in public school that they can keep tabs on.
Yeah,
that generally need that support and check in.
Right.
Were doing okay because kids weren't back in school.
Yeah.
And so they didn't know if they were being fed. They didn't know
Right.
if they were getting, everything was online. So they didn't know if they had online access. They didn't know what the family situation was like. So the state of Tennessee came up with this plan to do well-being checks on those kids, but it was completely overreaching.
Yeah, invasive.
It was totally invasive because the plan was to do well-being checks on every child in Tennessee under the age of 18.
Yeah.
Including private and homeschool children, which had never been attempted before.
Right. Yeah.
And so the homeschool community lost their freaking minds.
Yeah.
Because they've been educating their children. COVID didn't have an impact on their ability to educate their children.
Gross domestic overreach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they were going to
completely unjustified.
Yeah, and it's like, we're going to send you an email. We're going to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
It's optional. You don't have to answer.
Yeah.
But if you don't answer this email, we're going to call you.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask to speak privately with your child.
Uh-uh.
And it's optional. You don't have to do it. It's optional.
Right.
But if you don't, we're going to send someone to your home. And they're going to ask to speak privately with your child.
Yeah.
You're a homeschool parent hearing this. You're like,
yeah. The whole reason why I homeschool was to get away from you.
Yeah,
draconian lizard people.
If I trusted the state, I'd have my kids in public school.
Mongoloids.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to, speak privately with your child. It's optional. You don't have to let us in your home, but they didn't say what would happen next if you opted out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there were thousands and thousands of letters being sent to state representatives, state congressmen, the governor, the education commissioner, the spearhead of this whole thing. And because of the backlash and outcry, mainly from the homeschool community, they decided to scrap the program and come up with something else that only applied to public school students.
Yeah.
And they haven't come up with anything. And it's been like 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah, good.
They just said, we kind of stirred a hornet's nose, leave it alone.
Yeah, they boundary tested like a child, and they found the edge of the playpen.
And they found the sharp snap of the leather belt is basically what
that's right.
There were people, they were up in arms, at least in email.
Dude.
They were ready to take pitchfork and torch to the street.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was awful. So anyway, Adam says, no one dictates. They speak to my children privately. Amen.
Yeah.
I don't know the person. They don't get private time with my kids. Exactly right.
Yeah.
I have
the disturbing.
Don't I have rights as a parent?
Yeah.
They are not wards of the state. No. They are not property of the state.
But that's the thing. If you listen to Democrat voting, liberal, progressive think tank circles, they genuinely don't think that you as a parent have more right to your children than they do. Consider children as future investors in the system, as being wards of the state that must be curated.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah,
they're wrong.
Yeah,
they're wrong. They say, Hillary Clinton was famous for,
takes a village, baby.
It takes a village to raise a child. No, it doesn't.
No.
It takes parents.
Yeah, it takes two parents.
It takes parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes at least one godly parent.
At least one of them being godly.
Yeah.
Amen to that. I would drink to that if I hadn't.
I know if we hadn't drank all our booze.
Yeah.
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 But the scary thing about that is knowing that they are willing to attempt it. Even they're willing to test those waters, even in a pretty red state like Tennessee.
Exactly.
This isn't Delaware. This isn't Connecticut. This isn't Wisconsin.
Yep.
This isn't Michigan. This isn't California. This isn't New York.
Yep.
This isn't Illinois. This isn't any other of those Clinton archipelagos.
And we were well into the measures the state had imposed to try to counteract the effects of COVID.
Yeah.
Right. They had already rolled out all these measures, and we were all like, hey, flatten the curve. we're on board. Let's do it. Whatever. It was still pretty early on in 2020 when this happened.
Yeah.
But this event really showed us that our Republican governor
total rhino.
It was a total rhino.
He
had another agenda.
Here's the thing that 2020 has showed us. It is that no one is coming to save you. No one. Second, even if you did, they turn traitor like that.
No.
Watching what she did.
Such a disappointment.
Within 24 hours.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Jason, old ugly nanny. You know, it didn't save Terminator.
There are worse people in Washington than Marsha Blackburn. Honestly, I believe Marsha Blackburn succumbed to unfortunately a moment of weakness.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because she's really stood up for a lot of conservative things, but the time when we needed her the most, she backed down.
Yeah. The beast rallies around itself. It is a coiling hydra. And there's no one in representative office who is representative.
Yeah. Except Josh Hawley, for one, and Ted Cruz. But, now protesters are showing up at their house.
Yeah.
It's awful what's happening in our country. It's awful.
I mean, there's no one.
She was great until she was needed. Marsha Blackburn. She was great until she was needed. Exactly right, Jason.
Yeah, Jason gets
exactly right.
Yeah. 3%. Yeah. 3% and falling.
Man, and we did good. I tried to change the topic to get to talk about books and writing what we're working on, and
that's all right. I'll change the topic. I'll read mine. I was waiting for him to actually remember, but he forgot that I didn't actually.
I didn't even think about it. Yeah. Okay. Read your one off.
I'll save him from himself. See, here's the thing. Nick is a really good dude, and he has a much softer spirit than I do. He doesn't have that pathologically aggressive hatred and anger burning in his bones 24 hours a day.
Yin and yang.
Yeah. And so because of that, Nick hasn't fully incorporated his shadow yet. He's good at it in ways that a lot of people don't see, because Nick's shadow is less Peter Pan's shadow and more like the darkness lingering. He does it under the radar, right? But Nick, you can get Nick worked up. You can get him tuned up, and he just, and off he goes, and he's not,
You're Michael compared to Mike Gabriel.
Yeah. Nick is.
You're more the warrior. I'm more the messenger.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm okay with that.
But what's funny is there have been a couple times where Nick's gotten worked up, and because he doesn't live with being worked up every day,
I don't know how to do it.
Just having his
I don't know how to do the thing.
Thundering in his veins constantly.
I don't know how to do the thing.
Then sometimes Nick goes a little overboard, and I'm like,
that's my problem. I get so mad about something. I go too far. I don't know how to constrain it. If you live in it, you know how to constrain it.
When you're married to the demon, you know how to dance with the demon. When you're married to the devil, you know how to dance with the devil. But when you just have a tryst with the devil every now and then, you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, when you're not used to it, when you're not used to it, it's just like you live your life 99% peace mode.
Yeah.
And then when the line is crossed, you get to that 1%. There's only one option. It's the nuclear option.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just burn everything down.
Well, that's the thing about that. There's a great Blackpilled video about that, about the plight and the burden of the white man, and the fact that we really are. I think it's actually called "We're Nice Until We're Not," and that's we're nice until we're not nice, and our first reaction is usually the best reaction, which is nuke it.
Yeah,
nuke it. That's a problem. Crush it.
Yeah.
But we don't, because we're civilized, and we roll that back and we try all these other options until we've lost so much ground, that we don't.
So you're saying it's okay? I'm an emotionally healthy state when I do that.
I mean, I think you're right.
According to Devin Stack, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would call it righteous.
Okay.
I don't know.
Righteous
healthy,
anger.
But but righteous.
The Bible doesn't say don't be angry.
Right.
It doesn't. It just says be angry but don't sin.
Right.
Being angry but sin not.
And that, hey,
But I just don't get angry enough. I'm not used to the anger.
You're not used to it yet.
Even God is angry and jealous.
Yeah.
Because he loves us so much. But
shock and awe. That's right, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna read my crap, and then I guess we got to get out of here because we got the bread and circus to watch.
We got sports ball to watch.
Sports ball, baby. Yep. Okay, here we go. On the plains of Avalon, they froze. We had chased them across the tundra steppes of Hyperborea. We had them cornered against the great obsidian shelf that had broken the spine of the world long ago. They tried to scale its sheer vertical face, reaching with doomed avarice for the cope of broken glass above, breached by the glancing touch of the shelf's dark fingers glancing across its leaking surface. But their efforts were in vain, and we dragged them back down to hell with tentacles of light and tendrils of smoke. How they screamed as they fell, burning with Tesian fury to crash as meteors upon the waves. The sea boiled and tidal waves swelled at their thrashing, yet they did not die. We bound them in chains and flung them into Tartarian darkness, where time meant nothing and absolute isolation kept our people safe. But energy cannot be destroyed, only cut off and contained. And even then, only for a time, until the pressure of its press seeps and leaches back into the world. And there are always those listening for its call. They made sure of that. You cannot keep something immortal imprisoned indefinitely without the failsafe of death, and it will always find a means of escape. They were no exception. The arcane, the eldritch, the esoteric, it will always find a way to reach the weak, the craven, the lost, the forgotten, to touch and taint and lull with its siren call. It culls the darkness in others to share in its damnation. And so, in time, our order of outdated old fools, mocked and shunned for our stodgy vigils, were again called upon to harness dusty tools and leash the false light of this accursed darkness, lest the world be again thrown into chaos. But the world did not heed our warnings, and again the darkness brought ruin. And so we met our foes on the plains of Avalon and set it adrift to ride eternity unmoored, lashed to our deathless enemy, our struggle hidden by the mists.
Man. See?
Yeah.
I've been running for 2 years. He's been running for like over a decade.
Well, right, yeah.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
I mean, 20, but who's counting?
It was awesome. It's powerful. I write about a funny conversation about illegal aliens. You write about dragging your enemies to hell. And it's awesome.
Well, I've been rekindling my love of Diablo 2. Anybody out there who's ever played Diablo 2?
I never played
knows what I'm talking about. And my favorite character class, of course, if Jamie's watching this, she's gonna roll her eyes, is the Paladin. I love the Paladin, you know. By the way, Jamie, if you're watching this, just so you know, Elon Musk chose the Paladin as well. So, you know, now he and I are basically the same. So, you know.
Quick break. I want to give a shout out to Donnie Perry that's watching on Fringe Mythology page. Man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you joining.
I thought about so falling back in love with Diablo 2, an ancient computer game from the golden age of PC gaming that I've been playing a lot of, or I've been wanting to play a lot of lately. I've just been watching videos on YouTube, and there's a lot of like that light and dark eternal battle kind of stuff in there. But I thought about the Paladin, and I thought about like the plight of the Paladin and just the plight of the Protector, you know, and just like the ageless, thankless struggle against evil, that like the only way to really solve it is to almost like bury yourself in a pocket universe with the darkness or with the evil, and you guard the evil.
There is nothing more bleeding edge than being, you know, entangled with the actual foe. You know, and that's what the Paladin always was. It was that first knight in the vanguard. The tip of the spear as they crashed into the enemy's front line.
The wetted edge of the Isthmus.
So that's awesome, man. That was powerful. I think I'm pretty sure everyone really liked it and enjoyed it, and everyone was probably listening to it like, holy cow, that's deep.
Can't we go back to the town crier? Nick, you got another one of those we can do?
We went from kids' books to holy cow, that is deep.
Yeah, let's see. Adam played it. Michael played it. Jason, I know you played it too. Don't lie. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sweet. All right. Well, I guess we got a jet. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for everybody tuning in.
Yeah, thank you,
Michael. John, I'm pretty sure. Actually, John he sent me a really awesome back channel communique here because he's a lurker. Back when we were talking about fighting words, he sent me a thing that said, to paraphrase Louis Lamar, if legal action won't work, use lever actions and employ Winchester.
I love Louis Lamar.
Dude, Farmer John is like straight out of a Louis L'Amour book.
Dude,
he's one of the greatest.
I've been reading a book of short stories by Louis L'Amour, and they are fantastic. Yeah, I really love the way he.
Really,
he's not. Oh, I mean, he is wonderfully descriptive, but he keeps everything on an action pace. So
that's good.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's got that balance.
Yeah, it's so good. Like I read 3 of the little short stories in the book, and I was already like, I need to write a kid's book, like a Western kid's book. I mean, it was so inspiring to read him. Yeah. And he's such a huge name. He has such a huge body of work that you kind of write off. He's another John Grisham. He's this.
Stephen King.
Yeah, like a Stephen King. It's like, it's so big. It's like you feel like you're just, you know, following the crowd. You're a dead fish floating downstream if you decide to enjoy, God forbid, one of his books. And I was like, I know that I've heard the name. I don't know if I want to read it. And I'm like, I'll get a copy. So I read it. I'm like, this guy's freaking awesome.
It brings the heat, huh?
No wonder he's so huge.
Yeah. See, that's the beautiful thing is when you can find a popular author who it like revitalizes your faith in humanity. Is when you can find a popular author who is popular for a reason. Who, you as someone who really like devotes a lot of your life's time and energy to writing and understanding the craft of writing. And when you pick up something like that and actually say, yeah, that guy really does deserve it. Because a lot of them are just, hacks exist for a reason.
Absolutely.
And dude, there are a lot of them out there.
The difference between Louis L'Amour and Stephen King, the difference between those two and someone like unfortunately,
Dan Brown
or a James Patterson.
James
Patterson has an enormous body of work, but he has ghostwriters.
No way, really?
He has ghostwriters. Yes, he does. But when you read Stephen King, it's like this is obviously only Stephen King would write something like this.
Yeah, only Stephen King would write something this trash.
And you might not like it, but at least it's him.
At least it's him.
And Louis L'Amour is the same thing. You should not judge the name and the genre before you pick up and read.
I'm gonna have to read some of this stuff then. Elmore Leonard, Elmore Leonard's another one.
Elmore Leonard,
yep.
Yeah,
Elmore Leonard's really good.
I mean,
some of the best best Quentin Tarantino movie was an Elmore Leonard book.
Which one was it?
Jackie Brown.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Jackie Brown, killer movie.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, really, really good. Way better than Pulp Fiction, I think.
Actually, I would agree with you.
Yeah,
I think Pulp Fiction, good as it was, I think it's overrated.
It's a little overrated.
A little bit.
It's iconic because it changed. It kind of defined the genre. No one had done anything like that, at least not in a long time. Certainly not some sort of modern noir tale, of intersecting storylines and all that kind of stuff, and flip-flopping, the point of view and running the timeline in reverse and all that, whatever. But Jackie Brown is just a really cool story, and it's a heartwarming story.
Yeah,
and it's kind of got that pathos to it, of love that could have been and wasn't. And Robert Forster's amazing in it. Michael Keaton's awesome in it. It's
Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
love that guy,
dude. So that's a really good movie. But anyways, okay.
I guess we should go.
Sports ball time.
Yep, sports ball. My son, he's 11, and I don't follow football. I don't care about the Super Bowl or anything like that. Never have really. But for whatever reason, my 11-year-old son has gotten excited about the Super Bowl and wants to plan a Super Bowl party. So that's what we're doing in this room in 15 minutes at kickoff. Yeah. He's made food. He's gone shopping at the store. He's excited about Uncle Jonathan being here. So we're gonna we're gonna have some family time and watch the Super Bowl together. And we've picked our team. We're actually going for the Buccaneers.
Okay.
This year. Why?
I used to be a pirate. I'll go for the Buccaneers
because I like states with beaches.
Yeah,
and that's all I got.
Yeah, that's fair. I used to work on the Buccaneers, so
yeah, there you go. And I love pirates and our friend Jim lives in Florida.
Yeah, Jim,
Tampa. Yeah. I can't think of any other reasons off the top of my head, but I have more associated with that than I do Kansas City. Even though I love their wildly
like a bunch of Kansas City
culturally inappropriate named team, the Chiefs, which
I do like that.
I do too, which is like, it makes it hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? That's like
tell you, no the quarterback sucks. I know Tom Brady's on one of the teams. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
I don't know anything.
I don't know.
I know, but
just watch the monkeys.
But my son's excited, and we're gonna yell and scream and cheer. Yeah, and it's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Labradoodle, Adam, Jason, thank you,
everyone.
John, see you guys,
and everyone on French Mythology. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks for checking us out, man.
All right, we'll see you
guys. Jonathan, this is Nick.
Yep,
we are the Gosslings,
and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
All right. And ending stream. My dog needs to pee. Yeah. Dog needs to pee. We'll let her out right now. Here we go.